Hi guys. All right, yes, we're back in our classroom. I think I'm here all the time now. I don't know. It's kind of not fair, is it? You guys have to stay home and I get to come to our classroom. Well, I know. It's not fair. It's not fair. Let me tell you. It'll get better though. It'll get better. Next year we'll all be back to where we're supposed to be and it'll be okay. Alrighty guys, so this is our social studies video. We are going to start talking about American symbols. American symbols. Now, we know that when I say America, what am I talking about? How about if I said the United States of America? Yes, then you know that is the country that we live in. We live in our town, O'Neill, our state, Nebraska, and then our country, United States of America. And that can be abbreviated a lot of ways. We know we've heard U.S., USA, United States, just America. We use a lot of different abbreviations or shorten parts of the name rather than saying the whole name quite a bit. So when I say American symbols, I am talking about symbols for our country. Well, now what is a symbol? A symbol like in band? Yeah, no, not those symbols. Different symbols. Those aren't even spelled the same. I know it sounds the same, but they're not. A symbol is a representation of something else. So it kind of uses it so that you can, as soon as you see it, you're like, that's what that is. It stands for something else. Symbols like, if I were to say, if you came up to a door, and on that door, oh, the calibration is terrible. On that door, you found, oh, these are terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, that's not going to work at all. You get to watch me calibrate. Look at this. It's like you guys are all back in my classroom again. It's like the same thing every day. I tell you. Okay, let's try again now. If you had a door and you had this on the door, who gets to go to the bathroom in that door? You know it's a girl. You got it. Those boys are like, I ain't going in there. I ain't going in that door. No, no, no. That is a symbol. That is a symbol that we use. You didn't read it. It doesn't say girls only bathroom or girls bathroom. It doesn't say anything like that. It is just a symbol that represents what it needs to mean so that you know what they're talking about. So a symbol is something that we use that represents something so that we know immediately when we see it, we know what we're talking about. So what we're going to be talking about today are American symbols. These are symbols that are representations of our country. As soon as you see it, people all around the world are like, I totally know that is an American thing. Totally know. And our biggest one, yep, the flag. Our flag is a huge symbol for the United States. When people see this flag, they know that without us saying a word, that we're talking about the United States. So this is a symbol, just one of our symbols. We actually have a lot of symbols in that represent the United States, that when we see them, we think about our country. We already know quite a bit about our flag. How many stripes are there? Are you counting them? Are you good? There's 13. Yes, there's 13 stripes. How many stars are there? Yeah, you can't count those. That'll take too long. How many stars are there? 50. You got it. And those stars represent our states, the number of states. We have 50 states in our country. Yes, the 13 stripes. Let's see if you remember that. What does that represent? The original colonies. You got it. So this is a symbol of the United States. Not the only one. Let's look at some more. Let's look at another one. Dun, dun. Who is that? Yes, that is the Statue of Liberty. Now, I've never been fortunate enough to actually go and see this in real life. I wish that I could, and I want to. It's one of my things that I want to do because I think it would be awesome. This is the Statue of Liberty, and she stands 305 feet tall. She is not a short lady. She is not a short lady at all. She is 305 feet tall. She was also a gift to us from another country, from France. They wanted to give us a gift way back during the American Revolution when they were basically like, hey, we're friends. This is kind of a symbol that we're friends and that we can stay together and we can work together and we can do what we need to do to be able to stay friends. So this was a gift that they gave to us. One of the things that the kids always ask me every year when we talk about this, they ask me, they want to know what that is right there. What is her flame? She has looks like a fire. It looks like a fire. It's her torch that she holds up. And the light of freedom is what a lot of people will call it. So yes, she has a torch. And kids always want to know what is in that torch. So, this time I kind of did another picture to kind of show you what it would look like up close. Our current torch that we got in 1986, I do believe, is made out of copper, and then they covered that copper in 24 karat gold. So yes, it is not actually a fire. It is a light that they built it and constructed it, and that's what she's holding up there. So our current one is made out of copper, which is like what pennies are kind of made out of, and it is covered in gold. It's a pretty expensive little thing. But she is also another symbol of our country. Whenever anybody sees a Statue of Liberty, she is said to light the way to freedom. She is a symbol of our country as well. All right, another guy. Love this guy. Love him. Love him. We even have those around here, some of them. The bald eagle. This is our national bird. He is protected. He is something that we take care of now. There was a time that we did not take care of him very well. So we had to get our heads on straight and we had to start paying attention and taking care of him a little bit better. Because this is our national bird, the bald eagle. And there is an old story that at one time, Benjamin Franklin, he was our 6th president. Benjamin Franklin actually was saying that he kind of wished that the bald eagle wasn't our national bird. Because he said he's not a very noble bird. He said basically the bald eagle steals food from other animals. He doesn't do any of his own work. He sits up in a tree and he watches, and then when somebody else kills a deer, then he swoops in and steals some. And he said, I don't think that's a very good bird to represent our country. He goes, I wish we would have had the turkey. He said that he wished that our national bird was the turkey. So can you imagine a turkey being our national bird? That's it. Benjamin Franklin had his way. That's what he was hoping that they would have chose. So kind of a little fun, interesting thing there. Turkeys are pretty hardworking, I guess. They find their own food. They do. And then we have this one. This is called the Washington Monument. This is called the Washington Monument. And it is 555 feet tall. Yes, he is also reflected. There's this water that is positioned there so that it reflects that. And it is, my children have been there. Once again, I've never been there. I would like to see this as well. I would like to see just how tall that is. Because 555 feet tall, whoo, he is very, very tall. Very tall indeed. And then we have one more I'm going to show you, because we talked so much kind of about this, is the Lincoln Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial, you know he's one of my favorite presidents. You know he is. The Lincoln Memorial is actually, it has a very big building, and inside it, this little thing right there, that is actually a statue of Abraham Lincoln. That's the statue there. That statue is only 19 foot tall, which, I mean, that's like 3 of your dads standing on top of their shoulders. So he's still pretty tall. He's still pretty tall, but he's not nearly as tall as some of those others. To kind of show you here, here's some little worker guys, and then his statue. So he is pretty tall. He's pretty good, but not quite as big as like the Washington Monument and such. But these are all symbols of our country. When you see these, when somebody from other countries sees this picture, they know that it is a representation of our country, the United States of America. So we call these American symbols. These are things that many people in America take great pride in. You'll see people that will display the flags. You'll see people that they'll get bald eagle pictures. They just really like these representations. They're on like our military seals and on our actual country seal. We have the bald eagle on that. So these are symbols, these are things that represent our country. So a symbol is a picture or something that represents something else. It stands for something else. So whenever you see it, you know what somebody is talking about. Okay? Alrighty, guys. So go ahead and do your little book. You can color it. You can, look up things too. If you just Google bald eagle, or if you Google Lincoln Memorial, there are all kinds of pictures that you can look at and you can see to help you to be able to see a little bit more. So if you're driving mom and dad crazy because you're just not just yet, and you just want to search the web, that's a great thing to search. You can search Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument. You could do Liberty Bell. That's not one that I showed you a picture of, but that's another awesome one. Constitution. You can see what it actually looks like, and those are all symbols of our country. Okay? Alrighty, guys. Keep working hard. We'll talk to you later.